What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average CQB survivor that your mom said to live at home. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. If you saw it, it was poking a little bit of fun at people that ask about one-man CQB and stuff like that. This video is going to be a more serious video talking about how people actually die utilizing CQB, or other known as Battle Drill 6, or enter and clear a room. So this video is going to be a little bit more serious video. I'm going to try to crush it in at least 20 minutes. You'll know exactly how long this video actually lasts because you can probably already see, but I'm going to be covering some pretty serious topics today that hopefully you can apply to actually keep you alive inside of a structure if you ever have to actually do these things for realsies in Minecraft, okay, in your Red Dead Redemption server. So this is going to be how I've seen people be unsuccessful. We'll just put it that way. I'm going to tell you what not to do, by telling you what not to do, it's telling you what to do in your Minecraft server to keep you alive. You'll notice I literally have my dinner. As many of you know, I am an active duty drill sergeant leader, infantryman for the past, I've been in the infantry for 11 years active duty, so these videos are starting to cut into my recovery time and meal time. So I want you guys to post down below what you're having for dinner in the comment section. Be specific. What are you having for dinner? What is your meal tonight? And don't pick and choose. Be realistic. Actually tell me what you're having tonight. And don't forget to actually hit the like button. I'll tell you what I'm having. I'm having a queso breakfast bowl, shredded beef or brisket, red potato wedges, egg whites, queso cheese sauce, onions, pepper, and green peppers, and green onion, okay? So, boom, there's my meal that I'm gonna crush the instant this video is over with a Gatorade Pedialyte thing, okay? It's just what I'm eating, okay? But post down below what you're having. One last thing, Patreon. It's $5 a month, gets you access to a Discord server, and it is exactly the reason that keeps me motivated to put these videos out after a 12 to 14 hour workday like right now, when I should be sitting either on that couch or sleeping for recovery because today was leg day. So if you want to continue to see this type of content every day, consider becoming a member of the Patreon channel. It's only $5 a month and keeps me motivated to keep doing this. Okay, hopefully at least one of you will join the Patreon that keep me motivated, but here we go. Real quick, my resume. I've been doing this for realsies as a little Joey, right? As a junior NCO and now a senior NCO in the infantry, okay? Active duty. So I'm not just pulling this off of some BS like a lot of these instructors that have never actually utilized this on YouTube are doing. Well, this is going to be from my experience, okay, from what I've seen firsthand, okay? So if you're like, I've never seen that happen, well, it's just going to be from my situation, from my foxhole, okay? So post down below what you've seen that has also gotten people killed in Minecraft. Okay, so the first thing before I go into the board, if you carry a Taurus, you don't have to worry about anything on here because you've already eliminated the threat by itself by choosing to carry a Taurus. Okay, define. So I'm going to tell you how to survive and avoid some common mistakes for CQB, or I'm going to sometimes refer to it enter and clear a structure, or enter and clear a room, or Battle Drill 6. They're all interchangeable in my vocabulary, okay? But I'm going to tell you how to do that. Story time. Which story do you want? I'll tell you one story now and one story later when we get to the topic. So it was nighttime or under night vision. I was the assault squad leader. I had already breached and entered through a mind wire obstacle. That means I had engineer assets and a security squad that had moved up. The security squad established security on near side. They popped smoke. The engineer asset cleared the mind wire obstacle with a MICLIC. Like a man pack, okay? While this whole thing was happening, artillery and mortars were hitting the enemy in depth, and we had 50 caliber gun trucks that were engaging the objective, okay? After the mind wire obstacle was clear and the far side security was set from that security squad, it was my turn to take over the fight. So my platoon leader received the call, okay, send his 2 assault squads through. My whole platoon would have been the decisive operation on this engagement. Okay, going through, we went through the breach. I was going to be on the south side, and my buddy was going to be, I almost said brother, I guess he's my brother. We'll just say Sergeant H was going to be on the north side. We were going to bound by squad up to these 4 to 6 buildings, okay? My squad would be the ones that actually tried to make entry first. So I guess I'll just use down here as an example. This isn't the exact objective. We get up to the door, and we're on the right side of this entryway, and I notice very quickly that this thing has been barricaded. So I call breacher up. Okay, breacher comes up. We had an engineer with us. The engineer was shorter than me. This dude was tiny. Okay, engineer comes up with a hooligan tool. It's like a hook thing, okay, to kind of pry the door open. Well, he comes up with a hooligan tool, and he stands directly in the doorway. First of all, don't do that. Always 45-degree offset from the doorway if possible. That's how, if you're a cop watching this, go ahead and post down below what you've seen from somebody standing directly in the fatal funnel. Anyway, engineer comes up and he is trying to get the breach. I can smell these eggs and brisket. I'm just trying to complete this video to eat now. He is attempting to breach, and he literally gives up because he can't make the breach. He literally looks at me and is like, I can't get it. Failed breach. Well, I'm like, we have to get it. We're the DO, the decisive operation. We have to get in this building. So I look at my saw gunner, and I'm like, okay, give me your saw. Take his M249, give him the hooligan tool, and now he's trying to make entry on this structure. Well, long story short, he couldn't do it, so I'm like, give it to me. Meanwhile, we got brigade leadership on the net, literally like, what is the hold up right now? It's my fault. My fault because I was the DO and the squad leader, the rifle squad leader on the ground, the assault squad leader, and also it's this engineer that's attached to my squad that gave up. So if you're an engineer watching this, don't give up on the breach. You got to actually make entry. So long story short, I try it, can't get it. This whole time we spent way too much time exposed on this door. We end up having to freaking body breach this thing. But that is an example of an asset or a breacher giving up and literally failing their job. So yeah, so that is what not to do, okay? There you go, story time complete. All right, purpose, to keep you alive, okay? The whole purpose of this is so you share this video with a buddy and to keep somebody alive in their Minecraft server so they can continue building the blocks of life in their Minecraft server. Find work, the first way people die, and I think I'll just mark them off as we go. So, find work. So, you're always looking for work, okay? When you make entry into a structure, just because your sector, I guess I literally have a carbine in my strapped to my front, just because my sector has been cleared and I've already given the nod or the, yep, I'm clear in my sector, I'm not just gonna keep holding this empty sector. I'm gonna find work in somebody else's sector, okay? Or I'm going to collapse my muzzle to a position if there is a threat high, a threat low, a body on the ground, okay? You never are just gonna stay stagnant. You're always gonna find work. You should get that tattooed instead of bad tribal tattoos. You should get that tattooed on your arm. Find work, okay? Because you always should be finding work, okay? So what that means is if I just came in and I cleared my sector, I'm not just gonna sit here. Okay, is there anything high? Is there anything low? Is my teammate dead? Is that guy moving? I'm just gonna hold that guy. At least I'm holding the guy in Minecraft that I just put freaking 5 into his chest. I'm just gonna hold that guy for a minute until I hold security and somebody else clears. Does that make sense? Or searches or dead checks them. So that is always tattoo it on your arm. Don't actually tattoo it on your arm. But yeah, you're always trying to find work, okay? So just because you came in and you did your job, well, now you're not just gonna stand there. Oh, okay, I got a doorway left, open door left, or I got a closed door left, closed door right, or I just smoked this dude in Minecraft. I'm gonna keep security on this dude's face until we dead check him and remove the weapon from him. Does that make sense? In the Minecraft server. So always find work. A good way, if you're ever going to do a shoot house, and I'll just say real quick, for those of you that have never done a live fire in a building, it's loud. Even with suppressors, it's loud. So don't argue with me if you've never, anyway, so it's loud, okay? Shooting live rounds next to your buddy is loud. I'll tell you one more anecdote, I guess, real quick. This one was unplanned, it just came to mind. I was a private E2 in the 173rd. We make entry on a room. I was supposed to go right. My buddy with a saw, he went left. I was supposed to, obviously, I was right behind him. I was a rifleman I was a grenadier, so I had a 320, I believe, attached to my rifle, my carbine. I was supposed to go right, but there was no space right because I believe it was either a rifleman or my team leader went right, but there was no more space to go right. So I had to go left after I entered. Well, right as I'm going left, he let off a 5 to 7 round burst right next to my left freaking eyeball, right? So when I tell you rounds are loud inside of a building, it's loud, okay? So you definitely should consider wearing eye protection, maybe double hearing protection, okay? But yeah, just things to think about when a saw gets boom, 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 because he's doing his job, but I'm being forced basically to go left because he wasn't expecting me. He was a little slow to get out of that fatal funnel, and now I'm bumping into him, but he's shooting across his body, basically. As he's walking, he's shooting back to the right, and I'm moving to the left with him, okay? Kind of a sketchy situation. I think we both did some PT for that. Find work. Windows, pretty self-explanatory. I can see you through the window. I can see your silhouette walk past. So if your silhouette walks past, I'm just gonna either pre-fire for the next guy through the drywall, because houses in America, guess what? You can shoot through the whole house in Minecraft, okay? Even with a 9mm like this. So you can shoot through the whole house. So if I see your shadow or your silhouette go across the window, I'm either gonna start to pre-fire on the next guy, just like in your Minecraft server or Call of Duty, or guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna swing to where I think you are, and I'm gonna start hammering that freaking wall. None of this is legal advice. Okay, so windows, guys. Guys, windows exist. You either have to go below them, or you have to treat them like a doorway. Does that make sense? You have to treat a window like a doorway. You have to walk around it using a 45-degree arch, okay? Things to think about. Windows. Stairs. I guess I said I was going to cross these off, but I'm honestly sleep deprived and I just want to eat and go to bed. Okay, so windows, treat them like doorways. They can see you. You can see them. Yeah. Okay. Stairs. That's how you die. Okay? Avoid them. Don't do them. There's no good way to clear stairs. 0%. Anyone that tells you that there's a way to clear stairs, I have tried all of them that I know of, right? I don't know what I don't know, but all the methods I've ever taught in simunition rounds, everyone dies. Bad guys die, good guys die, everyone dies. So stairs, bad news bears, just don't do it. Obviously, if you have to do it, but just realize stairs is how you die in CQB, period. There's no good way to clear stairs. Indecisiveness. Bad leaders will get you killed. If you go up to the breach, this is a diamond formation, 1, 2, 3, 4. If they go up here and they stack up, okay, we got a fire team stacked up. This doesn't exist. I'm too lazy to get rid of it. We got a fire team stacked up. An indecisive squad leader or team leader can get this whole team killed, okay? So indecisiveness kills. You have to continue working. A lot of the polls or the community question posts I make on my channel, I always put in there an option of stay here and think about it for a second. I'm doing that because if you wait too long, you will die. Indecisiveness and CQB will kill you, okay? Now, that doesn't mean rush to your death, but it kind of does. Controlled descent is the way I would describe it, okay? A controlled descent into chaos is what CQB is. It's controlled chaos, okay, through rehearsals. And we'll talk about that in a second. Reminder, post what you're having for dinner down below or leave me a food emoji. I need a couple of you to go over to Patreon and pay freaking a cup of coffee a month as I lose my voice. Tracking work is getting wild. So get over there to the Patreon. I'm going to send you a link to the Discord server if you join. Thank you to those that decide to do that. You're keeping the channel alive. Okay, handgun. So I'll do a separate video on this. I don't want to spoil it too much, but if you never see that video, I want to teach you how to survive. Obviously, if you have a Taurus, you're dead anyway, so it's whatever in Minecraft. Okay, the order that you load things is not the rifle, then the handgun. So before you go on mission, I don't have a belt on, or else I would show you, because I'm about to freaking carve up and sleep. But you always load the handgun, freaking chamber check, forward, tap, workspace, holster, rifle up, obviously it's a PCC, lock the bolt to the rear, load it how I taught you in the rifleman video, chamber check, forward assist, close, collapse low ready. The reason you load your rifle that way and handgun that way every single time Your handgun is your lifesaver. Your rifle, or in this case, my home defense gun, is my life taker. Yes, it's a 9mm Banshee, okay? So my handgun, I'll go through that again. So if I'm gonna go on a mission, right? Same way every time. Get in a safe direction, take my handgun out. I always lock the slide to the rear, visually inspect, put it in, pull down, slide forward, pull back, visually inspect that I have a round chambered, tap, tap, workspace, holster up, hood on, rifle to the workspace, load it the same way, chamber check, forward, tap, 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 close. This is an F4 assist, and then that's how I get ready for the mission, okay? So your handgun, if you don't have a handgun in CQB, you're probably gonna die. So like one of the only times you need a handgun is for CQB, okay? So that's why you will die. If you don't have a way, rifle goes down, there's a lot of moving pieces. So you can cause the bolt to stop reciprocating based on a round ejecting and debris. Malfunctions happen a lot in CQB, okay? A lot more than normal. There's debris, there's chaos, there's people bumping into each other. You have bad recoil control, so sometimes the bolt isn't able to cycle if it's not fully gassed or gassed properly. So you need a handgun. You need a handgun for CQB. If you have a Taurus, you're probably already not gonna make it. Dying. So dying simply means, let's say we make entry into this fatal funnel and you get shot, but you're not dead. Maybe you get shot in the SAPI plate or shot in a non-vital area. What you'll see oftentimes, especially with untrained individuals or individuals with very low training, the second they receive that first round, they will die. So they'll pretend to die, like in a video game or like paintball. Think about if you're playing paintball and you get hit by a paintball, you're dead, right? You just have to sit down or whatever, right? Think about people doing that in real life with simunition rounds. So they get hit by a round and I'm dead, so they sit down. No, that is bad training. You always want to push through. Now, if a cadre member tells you, hey, you're dead, notionally, that's different. But if you get shot, either in training or in real life, you continue to fight until someone says, hey, sit down and be a casualty. Because if you take a round and you die, or, I'm shot, so I must be out of the fight, guess what? Now you're going to get canoed. They're going to walk up to you and freaking end you, okay? So if you get shot doing CQB in your Minecraft server, keep fighting. Fight into the room. Fight forward. Don't stop. Fight forward. Don't pretend or fake die. Just because you got shot does not mean that you were dead. So fight through it. Forward, always forward, okay? So don't quote unquote die just because you got shot once or twice or 30 times. If you get shot 30 times, until your heart decides it's going to stop pumping blood to your muscles, brain, organs, and everything, you're going to continue always forward, okay? Rehearsals. You need to conduct tens of thousands of rehearsals, both in glass houses, okay? Glass house, if you don't know what that is, you need to get some training. In glass houses, okay? And in real houses. With different furniture setups, you need to train thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of reps. If you haven't done that, you can't do CQB, because you're not doing CQB, you're simply just building yourself an early grave. So if you're not rehearsing, then you're gonna die. Also, if you're buying stuff that is bad equipment, and I don't wanna hear, I'm poor and can't afford it, save up and buy good stuff first, okay? Buy good quality gear first. But rehearsals with your equipment, rehearsals with your teammates, rehearsals will save your life. You can't just watch this video and then be like, I know everything about CQB, I can clear anything, I can clear an apartment building. No, you can't, okay? And if you've ever seen people doing CQB holding their weapon like this by the magazine well, or even by the magazine, it's because they're out of muscular skeletal endurance. That means they started looking like John Wick, their hand came back through fatigue, their hand came back to the point of they're basically resting their weapon system on their elbows, on their belt, or on their sides, okay? So if you've ever seen someone clearing, or a cop, they always get the worst media when they're clearing a building and they're resting they look like a freaking pogue, and they're resting everything on their elbows and to their sides. It's because they're at muscle failure. But you need to rehearse. Okay, other ways. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button, guys. Thank you. Every bit helps. If you're in, false entry. So, say you're about to make entry, but the enemy has this blockaded off, or they have it freaking just barricaded, or it's some sort of false doorway. Yes, people in Minecraft may make things like that. So a false entry. They may machine gun you with PKM ammo, PKM machine gun right there in the freaking false entry as well. So beware of false entry. Conduct whatever recon you can. If you watch the enemy walk through that door the night before the raid, you know it's not a false entry. Does that make sense? The more you know in Minecraft. Okay, a failed breach. Failed breach, I already told you the story, the anecdote. A failed breach will get you killed. A bad breacher, if you're a breacher, well, if you're a breacher and you're a professional dude, if you're watching this video, you're probably just watching it for not for educational purposes. You're probably watching this for fun, because I'm just trying to have fun with a very serious matter. But if you're a breacher watching this, you need to take your job serious. All the engineers watching this, you need to rehearse, you need to get in physical shape, you need to be a stud, and you need to be able to actually breach that entryway, whether it's a mechanical breach or whatever. I can't get into too much of that. A little bit of OPSEC there, but yeah, I think you know what I'm saying. And what's the last thing? Search the living. Okay, this will be the last thing we talk about. I'm going to get you guys out of here for dinner so you can go check out the Patreon and give me $5 a month so I keep making content on weeknights and work nights because I hate my life apparently. Okay, not actually. You guys motivate me. All right, so search the living. I don't know why I drew this whole diagram out. I guess it was because when dudes get shot in the hallway, they stop immediately. I don't know. Or just something for you guys to look at. Look. Smiley face. Okay. So search the living. A lot of times what dudes will do, they get into the room, they're in the room, okay? They think that they engaged whatever bad guys are in the room, and then they immediately want to detain the living. Detain means flex cuff them or make sure that they're secured in a manner that cannot harm you anymore. So flex cuffs, handcuffs, whatever you're using, blindfolds, they want to secure the living. But what happens is, in your race to secure the living, you're forgetting about the Minecraft Roblox guy that you just put like 15 rounds into that's still possibly alive right there. So while I'm really, really focused on detaining the live person, maybe his family that just watched this event unfold in Minecraft, everyone gets really fixated on, oh my gosh, there's people still moving around, we need to detain them. But what do we always do first? Okay? You need to make sure the dead are dead in Minecraft, okay? You need to make sure the dead are detained as well, flex cuff, okay? You need to muzzle thump, how do I want to say this? In Minecraft, you just need to make sure that the people that are supposed to be waiting to respawn in their Minecraft server are actually waiting to respawn, and they're not sitting on a hand grenade or sitting on their handgun or have their finger on the trigger of their rifle. So you need to make sure if that guy still poses a threat in Minecraft, I'm going to go ahead and put a few more in them, okay? A few more extra love taps. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think you do. Okay, that concludes the video. In summary, study, rehearse, go to the gym, get better. I don't know. Eat your brisket and eggs that are probably cold. Consider becoming a member of the Patreon channel. And until next time, this is Trench Grenade, your average CQB survivor, signing out. Cheers.